In this video, all we're talking about is the buffers and the buffer list and how to move around buffers. Now, this, what you see here on the left-hand side, this is a buffer. In this case, the buffer shows the directory. You can see in the mode line down here that the so-called major mode, so what Emacs uses, the subset of commands Emacs allows for this buffer is called direct, because this is the directory editor, the file manager. If you want to see the entire list of buffers that are currently open, you enter Control X, Control B. So I'm going to just do this. Control X, Control B will immediately split the screen into two windows, upper window, lower window, and the buffer list is below. Now, if you want to go into this lower buffer, what you do is you type Control X O, the other buffer, Control X O. I'm going to do this again. Control X O highlights the mode line in the upper buffer. The cursor is now there. If you type Control X O again, you go down. You should do this a few times just to get into it. And you can now look at these different buffers and open them from the buffer list if you like. For example, here is a completion buffer. This is the last completion that I generated by typing tab on the line. If I type Control X B, I get to the last buffer that I just did. So I just type Control X B, and at the bottom, the echo area, Emacs invited me to go to the last buffer, which I can do. Just enter. I could also cycle through different buffers by pressing Control right arrow or Control X right arrow, Control X left arrow. That will cycle through the different buffers. Control X right arrow, Control X left arrow goes through all the different buffers. I'm just going to try to get back to the list. This Control X right and left, as you see in the tutorial, is a short for different functions. I could also type Alt X next buffer, Alt X previous buffer. But this new command, MX, which stands for meta key, the meta key we're going to leave for another time. Yeah. So for now, I'm going to go back here, go to Control X O. In order to make this into one window again, I type Control X1. You can see the command in the echo area. Control X1 will return you to one window.